Hey guys, okay, so welcome back. If you're ever wondering why I do that, it's hair gets in my face. That's why I'm always trying to get these little guys out of my eyes. So anyway, we are on episode 79 because we have to backtrack because I think I did 80 first. Alright, so I never did finish this one because it's not like my regular one. So it's just the controversial movies of I Spit on Your Grave. So there was the one from 1978, which was the original. And then they did the remake with her in 2019, I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu. So that was the character Jennifer Hills, and in real life, I believe Camille Keaton. Then, wait, let me try to figure this out. Alright, so then they did I Spit on Your Grave in 2010. That was with the character Sarah Butler. And that's probably the one. I think she was also called later Jennifer. I think that's the one that most of you would have watched. And then I Spit on Your Grave 2, which was 2013. I think it was Katie Gemma Dollander, I believe. I Spit on Your Grave 3, Vengeance is Mine. That went back to the character Sarah Butler. She changed her name to Angela. And that was 2015. So, I probably messed it up completely, but I gave it a shot. Okay, so this is one of the most controversial films of all time. And the 1978 one, I'm still, alright, so I started out and I watched the newer one, obviously. I couldn't watch it in 1978. So when I watched the newer one, I was very surprised by it all. But to see the 1978 one, because then eventually, years later, I got curious and I was like, let's see how controversial this was for, the 70s/80s. And I was around for that. And I was born in 78, but I wasn't watching horror movies then. So I can't even believe they got away with it, honestly, for the 70s. I'm not surprised for today because, the stuff that happens is crazy. Anyway, just in case you guys don't know what these movies are about, it is about a girl who gets gang raped and tortured and eventually comes back for revenge. That's the whole gist of it. I'm not gonna sit here and give a lot of details about each one because there's too many of them. I don't want to ruin it for anyone. It's just more so the controversy about it. I found interesting because in some ways I agree with it. In some ways I don't agree at all. So why do I have the executioners? I don't even know what that means. I'm so glad I wrote this a long time ago and then never finished it when I actually knew. Collection, mixed all. Oh, I do have I don't understand my notes. Isn't that great? So I do have a collection, of my regular warnings, and it's a mixture of all of them, so it's not completely correct. So I might say there's no bug scenes, but there might be then a bug scene in one of them that I didn't really think about. I did the main parts that I felt, and trust me, this, if you're squeamish or if things upset you, the movie's not for you anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I do want to quickly go through that. So we're gonna do dog and cat, which were no. There were birds though, a lot of dead birds, which was disturbing. And for bugs, there were a lot of flies, I believe, in one of them. But again, these are not all just one. It's a mixture. Drugs, yes, there were drugs used. Excessive gore, yes, absolutely. Violence and death, yes, absolutely. For clowns, we have no. That might be the only one. Vomit, yes. Blood, yes. Gross scenes, yes. Hospital scenes, no. Mental institutions, no. Suicide, no. Shaky cam, no. Abortion, no. Rape, yes. Including gang rape. Sexual content, yes. And it was graphic. Very, very graphic. And nudity was absolutely yes. There's partial nudity for males, but of course, full nudity for girls, women. I mean, she plays a young girl, but you know. So, yeah, it's extremely out there for that. I believe, okay, he's 85 years old now, but I believe his name is Meir, Meir Zarchi, Zarchi. He actually ended up marrying Camille Keaton, I believe, the original Jennifer Hills. They're married from 1979 to 1982, so like right after the movie, I guess. And he did play, like, he was, I'm really bad at this, he was the producer, the director, whatever. He was, you know, up there with making these films, and he was involved, I believe, in all of them. So I don't know that. I just thought that was interesting. I actually gave these movies a score of 4. They're still hard to watch, even when she's getting her revenge. They're hard to watch, you know, when it happens to her, they're hard to watch. The whole movie is hard to watch. However, it's also, let's be real, okay? Let's just be real. In the world today, people are raped all the time. Mostly girls are raped all the time. And the majority of them, and I'm speaking from things I know. This is not just like, oh, what I hear on TV. No, this is like facts that I know. So girls are raped all the time. And they don't go to the police, okay? They don't go to anybody. They won't tell anyone about it. There's very few people that they will let know. And they don't get any kind of revenge. The guy walks away, scot clean, you know. And so, no charges, nothing bad happens to him. He just, you know, gets to go to sleep and relax and have a great night. And the girl gets to, you know, suffer with the PTSD for however long, or life. And so I feel like, and I'm not saying this is for all cases, some are going, you know, some go to the cops, there's all sorts of things, but I'm just saying there's a very big percentage, because I just know of so many. So there's a bigger percentage of the guys that just walk away, nothing happens to them. So in these movies, they are showing, you know, can't always do that. The movie, I agree with controversy, especially for the first one, mostly, that she took it too far. When she was getting her revenge, she wanted to do it the same way. So she had sex with them and then that's when she would kill them. Oh, spoiler alert, but that's the 70s one. Should have seen it by now. So I don't think that's the way to go. I understand why she was doing it. She was trying to prove, like, I let them get to that moment and then their life's over. In a very horrible way, with like chopping off things or whatever. But and it was also shown, all of it's so graphic. It was not really necessary. Like, you know what's happening. If somebody's getting raped, you know what it looks like. If somebody's having sex, you know what it looks like. You don't need to see all that. For the later one, which is the first one I watched, I don't know how much controversy there was for that one because it's, you know, more in this time where they allow more stuff on TV and movies. But hers were, I felt better as far as controversy goes, because yes, they showed brutal things happening to her, and yes, that did go too far, and then she did horrible things to them that yes did go too far. I mean, it's hard to watch, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying as far as what they deserve or what she deserves, I'm just saying as far as watching, very hard to watch. But she didn't bring in the whole sexual part where she did that with them. She just kind of like lured them in or whatever, and you got revenge, got her physical revenge until they died. So I don't see the controversy as much. I do see the controversy as far as maybe like the rapes on her were just so horrific that it'd be hard. But controversy on what she did, as terrible as the things were that she did, nah, like they got what they deserved, whatever. And but as far as the first one, like I said, I get the controversy more, and I know it was banned in some countries, maybe even here at the time for a little while. I don't know, because the stories didn't really have their facts straight. Like I said, I wasn't able to read about it or watch about it in 1978, if that's what it was. It was like 78 or 79. I believe it was done in 78. So, yeah, so then the other ones were like, when they did I Spy in Your Grave 2, I believe it was just like, you know, a third one of the same thing. I don't remember, it was a while ago. And then, I Spy in Your Grave 3 was Vengeance Is Mine. That was when, Sarah Butler came back and joined a group of other survivors, and they kind of, helped each other out. And then the one where they have Camille Keaton come back, which was the Deja Vu. I didn't watch the full thing. I planned to, and I was going to wait to do this, but this has been sitting here for so long, and I wanted to, like, not just leave this hanging, because I did want to address this. Because I do movies, and I do horror, and really seen some crazy things on these movies. But this was definitely the most controversial that I've seen or read about as far as having controversy on it. So anyway, I give it a 4, and I suggest checking them out. I do think the 78 one should have been tamed somewhat, if not all of them, but definitely that one. It was just a little too much. But yeah, so that's my little speech for today. If you want, let me know what you think. Please don't be like rude or anything, because rape is actually a serious subject, and there's probably many viewers who are going to see this or read it, and I don't want anything offensive. So it's more so if you want to say like something about the film. All right, guys. So definitely not making light of this subject. Rape, I think, is extremely serious, extremely horrible. I just wanted to review a movie that was a little more serious than my regular, like, everyday slashers. And I'm losing my voice because of the fires that are going on near us. But, all right, check it out and let me know what you guys think.